Oh, hey. I'm just sitting here in the garage with the camera rolling and my microphone on. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Casey Snyder, and yeah, I am finally back in a mostly functional shop space and work space. I've got gear that's kind of just out and unsorted. Basically, this video is just kind of saying, hey, welcome back to the channel. I thought it would make sense for me to do a kind of shop/garage video here real quick, so hold on. I've got a lot of storage here behind me. Basically, this whole wall is just a bunch of shelves that were in my old basement. Of course, like all the different yard tools, and then my bike, which I've actually been riding around more. I have a little bit more of a nicer bicycling neighborhood, so I'm really happy for that. Over here is basically what you guys have seen on camera already, but here's a kind of a better shot. So I have a gear rack here, and I can actually move this table, pull the gear rack out of the way or over this way, and then I have a blank background that I'm going to use for recording other videos. I might expand that further over. Got a lot of my old helmets hung up, just basically like old Davey helmets, one for my wife, a couple other helmets that I still use. Here's my desk. I basically just use this for writing and chilling and whatever other project I have going on. Here is the workbench. I'd like to clean this up or build another kit like this. This is just like a kit from the hardware store. I eventually want to do rope splicing, and I have yet to decide if I want to do that here in this garage space or somewhere down in my basement. Above me, you can see I've got a bike hung up in the rafters. I'm gonna hang 2 more. Got my ARB session banner there, and I need more banners and signs. I've just got a spot for my wife to park, the old cabinet here. In here, I'm gonna be keeping my chainsaws and things. Eventually, on the ceiling, I want to mount a rope so I can do a little bit of rope climbing inside here, or at least just kind of hang on a rope and test out some gear, take pictures, things like that. So yeah, this is a really nice space. I feel very fortunate. I appreciate all the subscribers. I could not believe how many people were subscribing in the past month when I wasn't doing anything on this channel, so I really appreciate that. All right, so I'm cutting to a new idea for this video. I'm trying to figure out how I want to mount a rope, because I want to climb from basically where this ladder is set up past the ARB session banner there. I don't know why, but I really like having a place to mount a rope to the ceiling, and maybe I'm over engineering it, but I want to make sure that it doesn't damage my garage or myself. So essentially you can see I'm just trying to brace that support a little bit more. I have yet to figure out how I want to actually hang the rope. I'm just trying to shore up the strength of the actual center beam. So this video is basically just me creating that rope setup, and I want to see by the end of this video if I can get that support done and me climbing up in this garage. I'll show some footage of me cutting some boards and doing some measuring, but I need hardware. I need some basically some steel bolts and maybe some sort of bracket or U-shaped thing that I can run, like either a ring-to-ring or some kind of other hanging support for the climb line. Okay, so here I am going to be cutting my 3-foot 2x4s. And that doesn't need to be perfect, it's just to kind of set this up. All right, so these should fit. I'm just gonna take a few measurements because I need certain lengths of carriage bolts that I haven't figured out their measurements yet. That will be 4 inches, so 5-inch carriage bolts. Okay, so all that hardware is basically gonna go into supporting this. As to how I'm actually gonna hang the rope, I haven't figured that out yet. So I'm still thinking of solutions because I know I'll have a very solid place to anchor, but I'm deciding how to anchor. So I'm looking at line. I've thought about with the like a 3/8 bolt and just buying like rock climbing anchors, you know, like those kind of small like pork chop shape anchors. Let me find out if REI sells those belay anchors, because if they do, I'm gonna have to still wait to buy all this hardware tomorrow. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Coffee at like 7:40 has got me going, you know. Got like an open ring like this that I could basically use on 2 webbing slings, and then this could kind of hang in the middle. That might work. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Would 2 rings together be better if I had 2 Petzl open rings? Because then I wouldn't have to install a ring-to-ring friction saver. I could just basically have 2 rings set next to each other. This is a lot of recording of me not knowing what to do. So I need to stop. I'm gonna sketch out an idea. This is my really graph of what I'm trying to do. But I basically have the joist here, the center beam is here. I have 3 bolts running through there where I'm supporting it. And there'll even be, you know, extra support across this way as well. I'll have bolt anchors on either side of this, 25 kilonewtons, and rated webbing slings on either side coming to the middle. In the middle will be 2 Petzl open rings. Hopefully I can do this. I will let you know. I gotta find those rings in my mess of gear. Okay, so I just got back from REI. Really the main thing I needed tonight was this rope anchor, or you know, belay anchor, whatever you want to call it. It's for rock climbing, it's for installing bolts. This kit actually was something I had to buy. It's a hammock hanging kit, and it still came with rated bolts and rated webbing slings, so I'm going to use that. This is some of the other hardware I bought. I needed some drill bits, I have some leg screws, and then I have some carriage bolts, and then nuts and everything to attach everything. So basically, I've got all the hardware I need, and I've got a way that I'm gonna hang my rope. Tomorrow, I'll get you tackled, and we'll be climbing in my garage. So, looking forward to that. See you tomorrow. Okay, good morning. I am working on getting this all done. As I showed you last night, I have all the hardware. So now I'm basically just gonna put some wood legs into these, and then bolt this together, and then finally put a additional couple 2x4 supports underneath. Okay, I'm gonna start by drilling some pilot holes and then setting in the leg screws. Got it. Okay, so in my excitement to get hardware, I forgot to buy a washer, so I had to bore out kind of a smaller washer. But it didn't look perfect, but it'll work. These are all set. I've got the bolt in there, and it's got just a regular nut on the washer and then a lock nut behind it. So I just wanted to make sure that that wasn't ever gonna pull out. The next step is to put a bolt here, and this side there'll be one going this way and one going the other way. So here is the bolt anchor, and one will go on this side like here, and one will go on the opposite side. So the weight will be distributed amongst 2 bolts on here across the plane of this. Before I put any weight on it, I'm gonna put supports under here. So first, let me get these bolts done. I'll put the supports in and then pretty much be able to start climbing. So the webbing slings are shorter than I thought they would be. So we'll see if they work. I have to girth hitch them this way. might just barely work. Okay, let's see what happens. I struggled a little bit to get this figured out, but I'm gonna use my Petzl open rings. And I'm gonna put 2 of them because I wanna make sure that I have a good bend radius of the rope when I'm climbing. I could install a pulley, but I don't normally climb with a pulley. And I just kind of like the feel of a rope running through a ring. And so I'm just gonna do that. I think just less hardware, less things to worry about up above me. And I just dropped a piece of hardware. Before I can hang on this, I gotta put more support, so let's do that.
It sound right, boy.
All right, looks good. Here's a close-up of the final kind of look. So you can see the 2 braces here. Got this supported here. These are wood-legged into the joists and then held together in the center beam with these bolts. So hopefully I've over-engineered this. And yeah, I'm pretty proud of how it looks. I think it gives a lot of support, but it also looks really clean. So I'm happy with that. There is the final product. So let me get down and climb up. Hell yeah, this is awesome. Maybe I will need to put a swivel or something up there. Just gonna chill up here. All right. That's so nice. Oh, shit. Yeah, I'd say that was pretty successful. All right, well, I've got a place where I can kind of test some things out and play around on ropes. So I'm pretty happy with that. And I think I'm gonna clean up some stuff and go climb a real tree, so I'll record some more later. Nice big oak. There's a few things happening in my life that I can't really put onto video yet because I don't know all the details, but making some changes, looking forward to seeing where the future takes me. So I'm excited for that. There's going to certainly be more climbing and more time to do videos. And I'm really excited about that. So, all right, well, thank you very much for watching and subscribing, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace. No.